Now from 12 Sports, this is the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz.
Welcome to a Week 5 edition of the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Sam Knox. He's Mike Yuva. Second half of the season started tonight, Mike. Hard to believe.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. With the playoffs just a month away, helping yourself out to land a higher seed is becoming more and more critical. And that was the case tonight over at Smithfield. Smithfield hosting North Smithfield, and it's the Sentinel striking first in the opening drive. Give the ball to Aaron Archibald and just get out of his way. 42 yards, hippity-hopping to the Baba shot, put Smithfield up 7-0. But here come the Northmen. Ben Black is back. His first game since suffering a knee injury in the offseason. He hooks up with Jaden Lynch, but the drive would stall inside the 5 on the ensuing Smithfield drive. The green and yellow, they're going to cough up the ball. Devin Brotka recovers it in the end zone. However, that was the only good side for North Smithfield. They're the only points. They go on to lose 32-7.
All right, good stuff there. Division II Westerly hosted D1 Central. Second quarter, Central leads 6-0. But here come the Bulldogs. Caleb Williams. No, he's not on the Bears. He's right here in Rhode. Hooks up with Samson Farrell. Westerly would take a 7-6 lead. Third quarter, same score. Second down and 8. Central forgets to cover. Tyler Brayman, 14-6 Westerly, but Central would battle back in the fourth quarter. Richard Bridges would put this game on ice with a 62-yard touchdown. Woo! Jerome Bettis, the bus. 26-14. Central is winners. Shout out Mike Washington.
Mount Pleasant was at Coventry. First quarter, no score. First and goal at the 7. Nate Petrarca. He's going to take the handoff. He's going to walk on in for the touchdown. The extra point was no good, so make it 6-0 Coventry. Second quarter. Same score from the 11-yard line. Wyatt Cardarelli is going to find the end zone. 2-point conversion would be good, so make it 8-6 Coventry. Oakers roll. They go on to win 34-6 over Mount Pleasant.
Beautiful moon on a beautiful night. Shea at East Providence. I did that. All right, late first half. EP up 2 scores already. Arguably the run of the night. Isaac Fox makes a few cuts, makes guys miss. This was after a couple offensive penalties, pushed them back, but he brings them right inside the 5. Woo. From there, it will be Jordan Heistand takes the handoff, and he's in for the touchdown. EP cruises tonight, 42-0.
Central Falls Co-op hosting Tollgate tonight. Warriors were on their game tonight. Hadiel Santiago gets to the outside, and he is in for the touchdown. Central Falls leads. A little bit later, it's that Santiago fellow again. He's going to get the screen pass, and he's going to flip. Look at the field. Goes the other side, and he's still going to score. The kid was everywhere tonight. Central Falls Co-op, they go on to win. Get the shutout, 38-0.
St. Rayfield taking on Tolman tonight. Low-scoring game. Saints down 12-7. Tashad Brown goes to the back of the end zone for Armin Northup Reed. Packed press box blocked that view, but the TD was good.
Come on.
And the Saints, they kept the lead. 14-12, the final. St. Rayfield wins.
Cumberland hosting Salem, New Hampshire. On the final play of the first half, the Clippers defense, they're going to come up big. Patrick Ocampo with the sack. Cumberland would lead 22-12 at the break. But in the second half, Salem's going to score 13 unanswered points, all of which came in the fourth quarter. As there would be no late magic in Cumberland tonight, the Clippers are going to fall 25-22.
All right, thanks, Mike. Good stuff. Still to come in the Blitz. Eric Rube is here, the Providence Journal. We have the slow-mo. We have to show it, right? Every week, it's what we do. He joins us to break down this week's slate.
Boom.
He's back. That's next.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
All right, welcome back to the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. Eric Rube joins us.
Not going to do it this week. My daughter wanted me to do some mewing thing that's big with like middle school kids, and I can't do the face. It's like, whatever.
That's a new thing? Well, I'm going to slow-mo that now, so that's...
that was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Whoops.
Hey, it's a rookie mistake. All right, you were at a good game tonight, Central Westerly. What'd you see tonight?
Very interesting game indeed. Kind of a no-lose situation for Westerly playing the Division I Central Knights. A trap game for the Knights. Coach Mike Washington said he was worried about falling in the trap because they got Hendricken and they fell into the trap, but they managed to pull it out in the second half. Central's defense, fantastic job against the run, against the pass. Here is a name to know. It is Kia Sunnyway. He is a sophomore cornerback, one of the best lockdown corners I've seen. He had a terrific game, and on offense, he was the spark that got them going in the second half. Westerly, great showing from them. even with the loss, they've established themselves. They are the team to beat in Division II.
Awesome. Okay, so Smithfield, North Smithfield, that was our game of the week. Anything that surprised you or stuck out to you from that game?
No, Smithfield took a loss earlier this season, and I think we're seeing them now bouncing back from that and starting to win. They're put themselves in a position where they can earn a number 4 seed in Division IV. They've still got to play Juanita Sanchez later on this year, and that's going to be a big game. But this offense is solid. It's coming along. Aaron Archambault with a great game tonight. But the defense is what is going to carry this team. They need to clean up the defense. They had a great performance tonight.
And a little bit of a lighter slate. Tomorrow there's some big games. Give us just a little bit of a preview of tomorrow. I know you mentioned a game to me, but I'll let you tell our viewers.
Division IV football, the star of the show tomorrow. Undefeated Scituate, undefeated Davies. Did not think that was going to be a game we'd even talk about this time of year. Both teams great. Davies, after losing Daniel Rose, it's been impressive what they've done this season. But Scituate is the story of the year. They've won 4 games this year. That's more than they've won like the last 6 years combined. It's unbelievable what this program has done. Big game. Providence Journal Jake Russo, he's going to be out there tomorrow for us.
I mean, you'll be out there too.
I am debating. If Moses Brown gets me a parking spot tomorrow, I will go to the Moses Brown Rogers game. I don't want to park far away. I don't walk. It's too far from me.
Yeah.
But the big game for me tomorrow night, East Greenwich and Pilgrim playing. I need to see the Helmet Mafia out there. I'm not asking for the fat head. This is already a fat head, but I'm not asking for them to make the big cardboard cutout of it, but if they did, it wouldn't hurt.
and it's hard to believe it's already the second half of the season.
It is, but we're seeing teams really establish themselves as the favorite in certain divisions. I mean, Hendricken, I think, the runaway favorite right now in D1. You look at in D2 after tonight, I really think Westerly's the team to beat. D3, fun, but D4 is where it's going to get crazy. Right now, we're seeing Davies, Scituate, Narragansett in the mix, and don't count on a team like Smithfield. But D3 favorite, I think right now Classical might be running away with that.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Duke, we've talked about enough. Running back receiver, give him the ball, give it to him every time, and he goes crazy. He's a special kind of athlete, and that's what makes high school football fun to watch. Absolutely. Eric Rube, what a segment. Thank you, my friend. All right, still to come in the Blitz. We crossed the border to Massachusetts as 3 teams look to continue their hot starts in our Coach Mic'd Up segment. Smithfield head coach Kyle Purvis giving us a look behind the Sentinels.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. Lighter Rhode Island slate tonight in terms of how many games there were. Lots of good action tomorrow, as Rube and I were talking about. Let's head to Massachusetts for 3 games. Fairhaven looking to run its record to 5-1, hosting West Bridgewater. Blue Devils had the lead at the half. Defense gets the offense, the ball back, bouncing around the turf. Evan Lamontagne grabs it. And that is Fairhaven ball. Few plays later, Justin Marks. He is a stud. Barrels in for the score. Woo. Peyton Hillis. Remember that name?
I remember him.
Another big night. And the points kept coming. Lamontagne to Landon Pickup. Senior gets over the line. Blue Devils grab their 5th win, 43-8, the final.
Well, the Blue Raiders of Somerset Berkeley also looking to move to 5-1, hosting Old Rochester. Raiders trailing 14-7. They answer. Brendan McDonald scrambles away from the pressure, and he finds Crook Finn.
What a name.
And in the end, he finds the end zone. See, Finn, in, there you go.
Yeah.
Something right there. 14-3 at that point, but the Bulldogs too much tonight. Gavin Martin hands off to Jack LeConte. He crosses the goal line. Old Rochester, top Somerset Berkeley, 49-35.
All right, Diamond looking to stay unbeaten on the new year, hosting Southeastern Regional. Bengals led 17-13 at the half. Defense not planning to allow any more points. Kyron Aguiar and Giovanni Carvalho meet the quarterback for the sack, forces a punt. Next series, offense locks it down. Sam Perry to Logan Uwan. He grabs it over the defender. Bengals move to 5-0 with a 24-13 win over Southeastern. All right, one of the favorite segments, Coach Mic'd Up. Not much else to say. Mike with the mic. Take it away.
It was a big night tonight for Smithfield, and before the game, we had a chance to catch up with who would be the winning team head coach, Kyle Purvis.
How blessed are we to be in this moment right now? Said step into the moment tonight. Said every time you step on this field, 110%, you play to your potential. So go! So go! So go! So go! For the sake of this argument here, I'm gonna line you guys up where I want you to line up before y'all shift, all right? Said this is gonna look like our single back. As long as y'all play together, as long as you guys communicate, you guys can block anything. Yellow 4.
You mic'd up yet?
On air.
It's on him, dude.
That's so cool. Where can they hear
I didn't know they turned it off.
That's kind of cool.
So look at my man, paying attention. Yes, sir. Yellow 2.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yellow 2. Every time, every explode, y'all line up in that, and then shift to empty. Said you play for one another, you play for your brother. Understand that there are going to be tough moments in the game. When there are tough moments, said look to your brother next to you. Understand that he is experiencing the same thing, and y'all push through it, you fight through it.
All right, about ready to run through a brick wall now. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Mike. That was great stuff. Still to come in the Blitz, we feature our Week 4 Player of the Week one final time before we move on to the Week 5 voting. Stick around for that and more next.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. The whole gang's here. Rewinding to Week 4 one more time for our Player of the Week, our 4th Blitz 12 Player of the Week. Evan Spencer, the Cumberland QB, rushed for 159 yards with 3 touchdowns on the ground in their win last Friday over Cranston West. The senior with scholarship offers from URI and the University of Maine thanks to his athletic ability, which could see him change positions at the next level.
I think every staff has their outlook on what they want to do with him because he is, a 6'1", 215-pound kid and can run fast. So they can do multiple things with him.
I know URI they're talking about running back. UMaine's talking about linebacker. I got a couple other schools projecting me out in different ways. But I'm just a football player in general, so.
And Player of the Week voting for Week 5 will be live tomorrow night. The 12 sports team will get their 3 nominees together, check back this QR code to see who is nominated tomorrow evening, I would say at around 8 p.m. All right, the whole crew is here, Friday Night Blitz crew. Rube, you said you had someone to nominate already for the Player of the Week for this upcoming week.
Yeah,
who is it?
I know for you guys, for us too at the Journal, Charlie Cornell, what a game Thursday night. 3 catches, 171, 3 tutties. Kid can play. His brother's a quarterback. They've been playing catch for a long time. Not a shock to see them connect the way they have so far this season.
That's awesome. And these 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday games, all applicable to this. Thank you all for joining us on a Week 5 edition of the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. We send you out with our Band of the Week, Westerly. We'll see you next week.